let's turn to the innovation process. Abdul, how do you evaluate an idea at Intel? And I'm going to ask each of you to give me a headline on that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a number, when you talk about an idea, there's all kinds of things that are encompassed in an idea, right? So for us, we look at advanced research as an area of innovation within our Intel labs. We look at things that could improve the products, right, for our customers and end users. And then we also look at innovations that really, all of them have, at the end of the day, have to serve a purpose. So at Intel, we really look at, is it an incremental change, or are we driving a disruptive, innovation, or are we looking to grow a new business, or are we going, looking to be more competitive in an area that we're already in? So, and we have a number of places within the company that really are seeds for innovation. I mentioned labs do advanced research. We have an incubation program within the company where I, as an employee, can actually submit my own proposal and can get seed funding. So I don't have to leave Intel. I can actually start a small company within Intel. And then we have our venture capital arm, which is Intel Capital, and that's where we go and invest in startups, and ultimately, in many cases, we acquire some of those companies, right? So that's just kind of a quick lay of the land on that topic at Intel. So,
all right, and I should compliment you. I heard that Intel's putting $20 billion into U.S. manufacturing in Ohio. We want that in Illinois too, but we're glad it's onshore. That's really great.
I bet you we can use a lot of talent. People, it's not that far, and I think it's going to be a great magnet for a lot of talented people.
All right, let me go. Chris Gates, at that innovation lab at the Merchandise Mart, how do you evaluate an idea?
Well, I tell you, it is funny how, the way Jamal explained it, he did it in words for a non-technical person, right? You just do a bunch of things during the month and you kind of look back and see what was the good idea, what resonated. And we're doing that. We're changing our model from a historical planning process where we go through months of evaluation. You got to know the right people. You got to put your ideas on paper. You get funding, and that funding lasts for 3 years, whether it's a good idea or not, right? You're going to engineer yourself into something that's fantastic. We're switching that to more of an innovation type of process where we call it 6 and 6. So if you come in with an idea, you get funded for 6 weeks. You've got the ability to kind of spin up an idea, kind of show us what it's going to look like, understand more about what it's actually going to deliver and how much it's going to really cost. And if you get green lighted for that 6 weeks, you get 6 months worth of funding to make it happen. And we don't go beyond that, right? And just because you spent more time on it doesn't make it a better idea. Getting it out to market quick does. And in that first process, if your idea comes in 6 weeks and it's a bad idea, there's no problem. We just shut that down. We free you up and we go after the next idea. And people find it exciting. There's competition, there's awards, there's all kinds of.
Good stuff, Chris. Let me hear Phyllis for a minute. Phyllis, Leap Innovations, how do you evaluate an idea?
Yeah, I'll be quick. We first think about, is there a need? Is there clear demand? Amongst the school districts or educators, parents that we serve, is there ease of adoption, scalability, and access to funding that is sustainable, which is always the challenge when you think about K-12 education in particular. So those are some of the things we consider as we think about innovation. And our perspective is that we want disruptive innovation, not just sustainable or sustaining innovations, because we think there's a disruption that is needed. We think COVID is accelerating that. And so we really want to think about what are the disruptive innovation opportunities that we can pursue in the learning space.
Well said. Thanks, Phyllis. Jamal, I know the mayor of New York just restarted his police gun squad. You guys are doing lots of things to reduce gun violence, to serve the community. How do you evaluate a good idea in the neighborhood?
You said a lot. I would say energy. I don't believe in sustainability either, really. I mean, a flower isn't sustainable. So I guess when it comes to an idea, when I say, hey, I want to put $100,000 of lights on King Drive to inspire hope and interrupt trauma, nobody's gonna believe in that. It's just how much am I going to be able to go to Home Depot and get the workers in the parking lot to help me put the lights up or not? So it's like, when you come at me with an idea, I really gauge the, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's just, does your passion grip me? And if it does, I'm like, you know what? I want to support that. That's how I feel about it.
All right, so intuition is as important as science here in this.
Yeah, for me.
Well done, well said. All right, let me keep going.